As a Cuban American who survived the horrors of communism and went on to work on Latin American policy issues for many years, I was moved when I watched Vice President Mike Pence bring hope to the Venezuelan people during his Monday meeting with the country's interim president, Juan Guaido. Parents are almost universal in their belief that before teachers provide their children any education regarding matters sexual, parents have the right to be informed specifically about, sign off on, or opt out of the curriculum. Here in Colorado, it is state law. Nonetheless, late last year a principal at an elementary school in a small northern Colorado town approved highly controversial instruction on perhaps the hottest sexual topic of the day. Over the determined and fact-based objections of angry parents, she argued the program was related not to sex education, but to gender identification and gender expression. It's useful. Continue, she ruled. Days ago, the superintendent's office backed her, setting the stage for a possible courtroom battle and alerting the nation to the left's latest loophole for imposing its views on our youth. This month, Mongolia celebrates Sagansar, the Lunar New Year. Across our country, extended families, whether in the sprawling buildings of our capital city or in traditional GER nomadic dwellings on our magnificent grasslands, will gather and celebrate traditions which have been passed down for millennia. Last weekend my wife was stuck at the airport in Dallas, not DFW, but the smaller Love Field, the home of Southwest, the airline that accounts for almost all the traffic. That's a shame because my wife could have used some options with other carriers. Southwest, you see, was having mechanical troubles. The millennial vanguard of the entertainment industry isn't supposed to be like their predecessors. They say they've traded heroin chic for body positivity, cultural appropriation for social justice, pitting women against each other for feminism. Then why does the meanest of the mean girls keep topping the charts? It's been a harsh winter in Spokane, Wash. I recently came close to crashing my truck, sliding around a snowy corner. As dangerous as it was, it didn't come close to my first experience driving outside the wire in Afghanistan. Libyans were still optimistic. It was Feb. 17, 2013, the second anniversary of the NATO-backed, popular uprising that ousted the mad dog of the Middle East, as Ronald Reagan famously dubbed Muammar Gaddafi. That sharp intake of breath you just heard was the sound of Washington suddenly realizing it might soon hear what's been discovered by Robert Mueller, the special counsel investigating alleged collusion between President Trump and Russia. You probably wonder how we swamp dwellers can still be interested, and ask yourself, doesn't everyone already know there won't be a bombshell or anything on that account to inculpate the president? The greater Washington, D.C. area is one of the most affluent regions in the United States, yet also one of its most impoverished. A monumental new translation of the Hebrew Bible by renowned scholar Robert Alter places the art of translation front and center. And translation, by which one renders a text not just readable but understandable, is indeed an art, not merely a task for assistants relegated to the sidelines. While most of Hollywood's attention was focused on the Oscars, Fighting with My Family opened in theaters and may have told us more about our cultural moment than any awards show. All over Europe, children are walking out of class to protest climate change. Inspired by a Swedish 16-year-old called Greta Thunberg, who began her solo demonstration last year, they are planning to intensify their strikes until governments do something. The phrases moral majority and silent majority are associated in American political history with Jerry Falwell and Richard Nixon, respectively, who seem unlikely to be heroes of the Sunrise Movement, a leftist project that uses children to emotionally blackmail adults to agree with its climate action agenda. Yet when the Sunrise Movement recently confronted Dianne Feinstein to press her to sponsor Democratic New York Rep. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's extreme Green New Deal, and shot a video of the exchange calibrated to go viral, it deployed the rhetoric of a silent moral majority exactly. If you've been to the doctor lately or filled a prescription, you know how expensive healthcare costs can be. If you have a health savings account, or HSA, you have access to a powerful tool that can make your expenses more manageable. Cybercriminals are ramping up their efforts to use compromised Internet of Things devices and botnets that attack other systems, and Congress wants to do something to fix the problem. If, like Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh, you enjoy beer, you might consider reading A Natural History of Beer by Rob DeSale and Ian Tattersall, but be prepared for a deep dive to the bottom of their glass.